Happy Solstice, everyone. Welcome to this longest night and shortest day. This time when we turn inward and welcome the darkness and all that is germinating that we can't yet see, all that is shifting and changing, all of the ways we might be growing without even knowing it yet. And we know that even though the winter will be much longer, this is just the first day, they say, even though we know that that's maybe not actually true with the amount of snow we've already had. Even though it will be a longer and colder winter ahead, we know that there will be more light. And there's a gift in the days getting shorter, even as the days get colder. So come, let us mark this turning of the wheel of the year. Come, let us worship together.
I'm Gordon Bolar, on the Sunday Services Committee of People's Church. I want to welcome you to our winter solstice. Happy winter solstice. This is a service for all ages, and it's a little bit of a different service. There's a solstice ritual within it, and there's also stations for celebration of the solstice. We acknowledge the darkness, and we look forward and celebrate the coming of the light. If you're arriving late, we hope that you can find a seat. If you have a chance to move over from the aisles, that's good. It affords the latecomers a place to sit. And if you want to move down, please do that. So welcome to our winter solstice service.
And a few announcements as we begin. As Gordon mentioned, this is a service for all ages. So our nursery is open for our littlest kids. That's in this corner of the building. And our preschool and kindergarten classroom is open for kids who are in those age groups over there. But everybody is welcome in this room. And if you brought children with you today, please pay attention to them and keep track of them. That is, we don't have teachers to do that for you today. Coming up this week on Wednesday, Christmas Eve at 5 p.m., we will have our Christmas Eve service. We will remember the story of the Nativity with poems and candles and music. And as I was working on the service this year, I was just really struck by all of the parallels between the Holy Family and so many of the most vulnerable folks in our community today. Unwed mothers, people without a safe place to stay, victims of state violence, refugees who must flee their homes. So we'll be leaning into those parallels as we seek peace and hope in our world. I hope you can be with us. After the Christmas Eve service, the church will be closed until Sunday, January 4th. We'll have our fire service next Sunday, and I will be working a bit, but most of your regularly scheduled church programming and communications won't be happening. So don't get nervous if the weekly email doesn't land in your inbox. That's by design, okay? And I have a few money-related updates and reminders as the end of the calendar year approaches. If you're someone for whom it matters in what calendar year you make your financial contributions to the church, know that you have about a week and a half left of 2025, which is wild to think about. And an update on our solar panels. The checks have been prepared, and we will be the official owners of the solar array on our church building on December 31st of this year, which is very exciting. People's people have been generous in contributing to this purchase. So you have given, as of a few days ago, $23,304. Thank you. Yes, more applause. And there's still time to contribute. We have about $14,000 left of the purchase price, so if that's If you want to give towards that, we will gladly accept it. And the church has this money in its financial reserves. So both of those are true. Thank you for all of the ways, financial and otherwise, you support the work of this congregation. And now I would like to introduce Becca Sparks, who's going to tell us about a new thing we have in our church, a sensory room. So come on up, Becca.
Do you feel revved up? Need to cool your jets? Good morning. I'm thrilled to introduce our new Cool Your Jets sensory regulation room, named partially in honor of Bartlett the jet pig. At an RE teacher meeting during the summer, we were discussing what to name the room, how it would be used, what the vision was. Would the space be for activity, relaxing and calming, both? We mentioned tying it into Bartlett and the jet pig acronym. Someone stated the term, cool your jets. The revved up cool your jets phrase was born. It brought some laughter and made a lot of sense for our vision. To have a space where folks who are feeling revved up can indeed cool their jets. The Cool Your Jets room is the former archives room and is still partially an archive space. It was previously filled fairly wall to wall with, you guessed it, archives material. In the photos here, this is an in-progress view where a lot of that material had already been moved. This project has been a team effort coming to fruition over the last several months. I truly could not have done it alone, and I'm grateful to all who have had a hand in its creation. As you'll see in our pictures, the archives portion of the room has been considerably condensed to a section of shelving, making way for a space that we feel has been much needed, especially for our younger folks struggling to make it through RE classes, but perhaps also for adults needing a space to recollect their thoughts and calm their bodies. All are welcome. As a special ed teacher and a mom of 3, I have a passion for meeting the unique needs of those with neurodivergence and those who struggle with emotional regulation. Don't tell my students, but the ones who struggle the most are my favorites, or the most memorable at least. I've come to learn that the solution to a lot of our problems is giving them spaces and opportunities like our Cool Your Jets room provides. You may notice that the Cool Your Jets room is very green. I've liked earthy greens for many years and started setting up spaces like this when I taught pre-kindergarten. I also taught elementary and now teach middle school. I've kept my green theme for years and come to find out there's a substantial amount of scholarly research indicating the calming effect of the color green, which is fitting because the goal of our room is to calm or regulate individuals who are dysregulated in mind and body. Sometimes the path to regulation doesn't look so calm, cool, and collected, and that's okay. There are some things in the Cool Your Jets room that may initially entice wild tendencies, such as the swing and the peanut balls. But we do ask that anyone using the room read and follow the posted guidelines so we can continue to safely operate this space for any and all in the congregation who wish to use it. We also ask that children only use the room in the presence of an adult caretaker. Alterations and modifications are sure to come as we discover how the space is used going forward, but we're very excited and hopeful that this will be well used and beneficial, meeting proprioceptive, visual, tactile, and auditory needs. The Cool Your Jets room is located in room 13 across from the kids room. Now I want to be clear, this is not a kids room 2.0. It's also right next to this dark and slightly mysterious passageway to my right, to my left, your right. So after the service, if you go down this hallway to your right or out the secret passageway, preferably down the hallway, you will find room 13. I extend a warm invitation to all curious individuals to join me there to check out how the space is currently set up. My sincerest thanks to all who made it possible, and my sincerest welcome to all who wish to utilize the new and improved room number 13. I leave you with a friendly reminder to please accompany your children this morning as you check out the space. Thank you.
Good morning. I invite you all to rise and body your spirit to sing our opening song together. You'll find the lyrics up here. Silence, solstice night, all is calm, all is bright. Nature slumbers in forest and glen, till in springtime she wakens again. Life is a circle of darkness and light, circle of darkness and light. Silent night, solstice night, silver moon shining bright, snowfall blankets the slumbering earth. Yule fires welcome the sun's rebirth. Hark, the light is reborn. Hark, the light is reborn. Silent night, solstice night, quiet rest till the light, turning at the rolling wheel, brings the winter to comfort and heal. Rest your spirit in peace. Rest your spirit in peace.
And for our chalice lighting this morning, we welcome Harper to come forward and help us light our chalice. And if you are lighting a chalice at home, you're encouraged to type in the chat box, a chalice is lighted in your area, city, or street. And our words today come from Amy G.S.A. Brooks, The Persistent Flame. Even as the days grow shorter and our homes shrink smaller, and our wicks burn lower, and our will to endure flickers, we light this chalice to kindle a flame of warmth as a reminder of the connection that draws us in to a community that opens us up in gratitude for the breath in our lungs and the love in our hearts for the gift of this day alive.
In addition to our chalice flame burning here at People's Church, people who are with us on Zoom are lighting candles where they are. That includes on West South Street in downtown Kalamazoo, on 41st and Half Street, on Parkview Hills, Kalamazoo Township, and Parkview Hills. What a gift it is to be together at the same time, even when we are not all in the same place. And in Lawton. I'd now like to invite our children forward. So we're going to do something where we're standing. So I want you to have a little bit of space to move. You might need to be up, we could be up here a little bit. We could be on the steps. Let's just make sure we're giving the chalice, plenty of room. Okay. I am so glad you're all with us today. And we're going to do something called an embodied meditation. So we're like trying to find our calm center, but we're also moving our bodies at the same time. You guys might know something about this. Grown-ups, I invite you to do this in whatever way makes sense for you physically. We're going to be some standing and some crouching. If you want to just imagine it, that's fine. If you want to move into a space where you have a little bit of space in one of the aisles, if you want to be in your chair, whatever feels good for you is the right choice. So I want you to think of a plant that has a seed. That could be a big, tall tree. It could be a flower. It could be a vegetable or a fruit. And I want you to put your body in the shape of that plant. I think I'm going to be a dandelion up like this.
I'm a lilac bush.
A lilac bush, I hear. There's a fruit tree.
I don't know what to do because I don't know how to do a rose.
Oh, just do your best rose. There's no police in this game. No rules. Blueberry bush. I don't know. What do you think of blueberry bush? It's kind of like this. It's wide.
I'm a tree.
You're a tree. Okay. So we're being our plant. And now I want you to think that you're just one little seed from that plant. One little seed. And you're going to fall to the earth. Maybe you're blown away on the wind, but you're falling down and you're finding a nice bit of soil to land in. Okay, well then maybe you're mixed in with what comes out of a bird, and that's a healthy place for you to grow. Hey, it was your imagining. I'm just helping. But now you're a seed, and you found some gentle soil that's just the right place for you to land. And the rain comes, and the wind comes, and the fall comes. More wind, more rain, maybe some snow. And you are beneath the surface, and you start to do the work of a seed in winter, which is getting ready. And then a signal comes, maybe from the temperature, maybe from just your way of knowing what a seed is supposed to do, and you start to put out some roots. Maybe you're wiggling your toes, maybe you're sticking out your fingers a little bit, having some roots.
Tiny roots.
Tiny little roots from a tiny little seed.
First they start like this and then they expand.
And then the signal comes, maybe because of the way the sunlight hits you or the warmth, and you start growing up through the soil. You go up, and you finally reach the light. And then you can grow even more. You grow up and up and up. And you keep growing into the full shape of whatever plant you decided you were. And you are that plant. And you are that way for the summer, and maybe more than one summer, depending on which kind of plant you are and how you grow. But then,
I don't know how I grow, but
well,
I think I put flowers out like next spring.
You put flowers out next. Well, maybe you can do some research later and learn exactly how your plant grows if you want to know all the details. Right now, we can just imagine. And then the season comes for you to make seeds. However you make them. And then you let your seeds go. And you become one of those, we can imagine ourselves as just one of those seeds again, finding a nice bit of home and fertile earth. And this is what the seeds are all doing right now, finding their gentle home, getting ready maybe to grow, buried beneath the snow and the ice and the cold. And so this is solstice, And one of the things we think about in this time is what we would like to grow, maybe in our gardens, but maybe in our own lives in this time of darkness. So thank you for helping me show these grown-ups how to be seeds and plants. Do you have a comment, Ren?
I was a lotus to a lot of those things had no effect on me because I was underwater.
Oh, Ren was a lotus, which was underwater the whole time, so a lot of it just wasn't relevant what I was saying.
No, not really. I still had to get to the top of the water.
You still had to get to, well, I'm glad you made it work, even if you were imagining differently than the rest of us. Okay, this is the moment we go back to our seats for the rest of the service. Thank you all so very much for being seeds and plants with me. People's people are generous people and flexible people. So one of the ways we are generous is once a month we send our special offering out into the world to support a local organization doing good and important work in our community. And today we'll be sharing our offering plate with Erase. And we are flexible because about 2 weeks ago, the plan was for them to be here with us, but then we remember what the roads were like 2 weeks ago. And so we could adapt and change and make it work and keep everybody as safe as they needed to be, or as safe as we could make them. So now I would like to invite our guests up from Erase to tell us a little bit about their good and important work. And I invite everyone who is with us today to be as generous as you are able.
Hear me? Is this good? Cool, thanks. Hi everyone, I'm Manuel, and I'm with Erase, and I just want to thank y'all for giving Sarah and I some time to talk a little bit about who we are and what we do, as well as offering us that special collection. We're truly grateful for that. So we're with Erase, and Erase exists to eliminate racism. And we do the work in Kalamazoo, we do the work in the state of Michigan. And we do that through various different ways. One of those ways is workshops. So we have an education piece that's specific to how racism was created, how it's structured, and how it lives out today. And we go through an in-depth analysis in our workshops about it. So there's the education piece, and then there's the organizing piece, which I think about as the application piece. And I think part of why we're up here is to invite y'all to join us in that practice of the education and the organizing. One thing I've been thinking about recently, which I think is like a helpful parallel for me to think about, is one of the things that I love and practice in this life is jujitsu. And I've been practicing jujitsu for a little more than 10 years. And often it'll happen where we'll see a technique in class. And I've seen this technique like several times throughout the years I've been practicing. And I'll notice a little detail that I didn't notice before. And so this just happened a couple of weeks ago. And it changes everything because I'm so focused on everything else in the technique that when I notice this detail, I'm like, this changes everything for me, and I become more effective in that particular technique. And I think it's fascinating because we often provide these workshops, and it's going through the workshop for years and organizing for years that we notice these little details that we may not notice in the beginning that make us more effective. And so this is an invitation for y'all to come to the workshops, to join us in the organizing, and to think about the work as this practice. So we invite you, we re-welcome you into this practice of anti-racism, especially with what's going on in the world right now, what's going on in this country, with the violence and oppression. It's an invitation for y'all to join us in this practice of anti-racism. So yeah, we hope that you can join us in that practice.
Excuse me. I'm Sarah. I'm use she, her pronouns. I'm one of the 2 co-executive directors at Erase, and I'm very grateful to have an opportunity to talk with y'all briefly. To the end of inviting folks to join us in practice, we do have workshops that are coming up. We have an analysis that's happening virtually that starts January 14th. We have an in-person Kalamazoo introduction to systemic racism that's coming up on February 11th. And then for folks who have been through our analysis workshop already, we have a new one that is Organizing 101, and that's coming up starting on February 24th. And those details are available on our website, erase.org. And we love to see folks in those. And even if you've been before, coming through again with new folks, like Manuel was saying, can sort of bring new light to the work, new engagement with community around anti-racism. And we appreciate y'all having us and engaging in that. Thanks.
Please join me in giving thanks for all that sustains us. From the countless gifts we've each been given, gifts of life and love and sustenance, we bring these small portions to share in the works of love which none of us can accomplish alone.
People's Church is a community that supports one another. One of the ways we do this is through our joys and sorrows ritual when we gather together. So we invite people who are with us on Zoom to type into the chat box. We invite people who are here in person to come forward, briefly place a stone in the water, and a few sort of etiquette reminders to help us as we do this ritual together with so many people. This is not a confidential space. There is no way to share something with this many people and expect it to not become widely known. And so if you're not ready for the world to know what the joy and sorrow in your heart, I invite you to place a stone in silence. If you're going to share about something happening to someone else, make sure you have their full, clear permission to do that. And if you're doing that, I encourage you, if they are not a church member, to not share their full name, because we've had some events recently where people learn about a neighbor or a coworker from joys and sorrows that person wasn't yet ready to share. So especially with things like diagnoses and things like that, let's hold this space well together. So with all that being said, now come on up. Now I place a few more stones for all of the joy and sorrow that we are holding in our hearts today, the joy and sorrow in our wider community and our wider world. Sources of reason and radiance, sources of courage and compassion, keep watch with those who work or watch or weep this day. May the suffering be soothed. May the weary find rest. May the sick be tended. May the dying and those who love them find peace. May the joyous be shielded. And may all of us know we are wrapped in a love that surrounds us always, a web that connects us to all that exists.
At this time, I invite you to rise and bow to your spirit to sing this song together. And we'll sing this twice through. What night is this so long and dark, on which we feel such yearning? As earth is sleeping, her seedlings keeping toward the sun she's turning. This is solstice night, when dark surrenders to the light. Sun is born anew. What night is this so long and dark, on which we feel such a yearning? As earth is sleeping, her seedlings keeping, while toward the the sun she's turning. This is solstice night, when dark surrenders to the light. Hope, hope for all who live. This night the sun is born anew.
We've gathered together on this day of the winter solstice in the Northern Hemisphere. And over the past 6 months, the days have gradually become shorter and the nights longer. And this afternoon marks the moment of the transition of the sun in relationship to our Earth, so that the days will once again gradually lengthen as the wheel of the year rotates and turns. People throughout history, all around the world, have celebrated and marked the change in the seasons in a wide variety of ways. The winter marks a different rhythm in the days and the lives, especially of the people who lived closer to the earth, the hunters and gatherers, the farmers. Historically and even currently, our days flow differently often in the winter than the summer. It is said that in some northern agrarian cultures, as people put away their farming tools for the winter, they removed the wheels from their carts, decorated them with greenery, and hung them on the walls in their halls. This served as a reminder that it was time to withdraw from the daily demands of life, a time to turn inward, to acknowledge the darkness in the world and within. A time to adopt a slower pace from the long work days that happened in the summer. All of nature has adapted for this darkest, coldest time of year. In Michigan, we have birds that have migrated south. We have some animals that are hibernating. Others have stockpiled or squirreled away food for the winter. Many trees and plants have become dormant to withstand the winter months. How are we, as human beings, adapting to winter? What changes do you notice in your life in this darkest time of the year? There are many people who we call snowbirds who go south for the winter. Some folks snuggle in with a warm, soft, fuzzy blanket on the couch next to a warm fire with a cup of tea to slow down and rest, while others continue the frenzied pace of modern life, as if all in nature was not beckoning us to slow down. As we remember, the seeds for next year's plants are buried deep in the earth, so beautifully illustrated by our minister and children this morning. What does nature have to teach us about balance at this time of the solstice? How can we heed that call? Traditionally, this time of year has been a time for taking stock, assessing, contemplating, noticing. What is weighing us down? What can we release that is no longer serving us? What in our lives is no longer serving us that we can let go of. Patterns of behaviors, ideas, beliefs, habits, people. What seeds for the coming year are lying dormant or incubating within your heart, spirit, bodies, lives? How can you take these slow, deep, dark, cold months and nurture the seeds within you that want to flourish and blossom in your hearts, in your lives, for you to bring into fruition in this world over the coming year? Though we no longer remove the wheels from our farm carts to hang in our halls, many people today continue the tradition of hanging wreaths made of fresh greens on the doors, decorating trees, hanging lights, and celebration during this darkest time of the year. As the wheel of the year turns, may we remember to consciously honor the cycles and the seasons of the earth, of our lives, with reverence, remembering that change is the only constant in life. As the sun gradually returns to the northern hemisphere, may we celebrate the return of the light and the feelings of hope contained therein, and hold those feelings of hope close to our hearts. Now, to help with this turning of the year, I'd love to invite some families that have been pre-designated up to our altar in the front, and we are going to light some candles.
As we kindle the new fire, we have hope for many blessings in the new year.
We turn the wheel, disperse the gloom, call forth the sun from the rich earth's womb.
We turn the wheel of death and birth. We change the seasons of the earth.
We turn the wheel to beckon the light. We summon the sun from the womb of night.
We welcome the turning of the wheel of the year. We welcome the winter solstice. We welcome the return of the light and the beginning of the deepest, darkest, coldest months of winter, but the light will gradually be returning and the hope with it. Blessed be. Thank you. And the light is very bright in some people's eyes, so we're offering them a bit of a break. They've been squinting. And now for our litany of seasonal blessing, Rachel and I are going to exchange lines, and in between each one, we invite all of you to rejoice together with the common line of Blessed be. For all people on whom the sun shines, of all ages, of all genders, of rich or poor, wherever they live, whatever they believe, and whomever they love, blessed be.
For the music of Yuletide and all those who compose and play and sing it, blessed be.
For snow and ice and sledding and skiing and skating,
blessed be. For warming fires and warming homes, for Yule logs and candles and electricity, blessed be.
For evergreen trees and holly and ivy and mistletoe, blessed be.
For Santa Claus, Saint Nicholas, Belsnickel, Grandfather Frost, Pierre Noel, Father Christmas, and all of the gifts that they bring, blessed be.
For loving families and for good friends, blessed be.
For infants and puppies and kittens and newborns of every species, blessed be.
And for a peaceful world for them to grow up in, blessed be.
So now comes the moment in our service where it becomes sort of a choose your own adventure experience. Except for those of you on Zoom, I apologize. On Zoom, you get one option, which is to stay here with us where we will have some reflections and music on the theme of the solstice. Or I guess you could log off and choose your own adventure that way. If you're here in the space with us, this poetry and reflections and music is an option for you. You can also go and check out the new Cool Your Jets room that you just heard about in room 13. There is ornaments and solstice crafts in the upper lobby by the top of the stairs. There's wassail and cookie decorating out in the foyer. And then we have a discussion group in room 19 with a couple of questions. So that discussion group, I trust whoever chooses that can facilitate their own discussion group. You all have that level of skill. So if that is what speaks to you. And so we will sing now. And that is your cue to move into the space that will help you best celebrate the solstice now. And we'll do that until about noon.
Deck the halls with boughs of holly, fa la 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 la. 'Tis the season to be jolly, fa la 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 la. Don we now our gay apparel, fa la 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 la. Troll the ancient Yuletide carol, fa la 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 la. See the blazing Yule before us, fa la 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 la. Strike the harp and join the chorus, fa la 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 la. Follow me in merry measure, fa la 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 la. While I tell of Yuletide treasure, fa la 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 la. And fast away the old year passes, fa la 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 la. Hail the new ye lads and lasses, fa la 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 la. Sing we joyous all together, fa la 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 la. Heedless of the wind and
Winter Solstice Spell by Adrienne Marie Brown. Tucked into stargazing wonder, we arrive so quickly to the night of the longest moon. We too are rock-moving water. Even when we feel adrift, we are in orbit. There is a force greater than we can comprehend. We are enraptured from the root, and never alone, even in shadow, you hold us. And we sing a song only the ocean can hear. Sometimes it sounds like we are sorry or we are dying, but sometimes we sing, we are of you, we are of you, we are one. We sing to the thumbprint of moon, ink on ink, shadow slipping through the cloudy cold of winter. We sing of breaking the earth's heart and realizing it is our own. We sing of forgiveness. We sing of the fire between skin and dirt, the river within us, the storm we conjure before we sleep. Tonight, we dream our longest dream of the farthest future. We look in those children's faces without regret, without shame, whispering, we will change everything for you. It is because of these dreams that we will remember to hibernate, to slow down the pace to the pace of snow, to feed on the memories of a year we call good because we survived it. We place our mouths to the sky and cast this spell. May we all have a warm place. May we all have a soft blanket. May we all hold a steaming cup in our hands. May we all know a sated belly. May we all have a shoulder for our grief. May we all set down what we cannot bear. May we all be unhunted. May we all remember we are sacred. May we all touch our bodies in worship. May we all have room enough to stumble as we dance to the moonlight's subtle music. We dose this enchantment with our holy intentions, and in this taste of eternal darkness, may we honor all that is black and shadow in ourselves and in the world. May we crawl into the cave carved especially for this season and hear nothing but the quiet of stone. May we know without question that there is time for our rest. May we remember surrender, touching the dirt that holds our ancestors and our future with reverence. And in this way, may we all know the love of earth.
When winter's gray is on the sky, rust upon the leaves that lie, red on the last few berries clinging, brown on the branch where bitter winds singing, even when white obscures the scene, still in winter there is green, waving defiant pine tree boughs, cedar needles stubborn and proud, hiding inside the seeds of summer, and deep in root where it sleeps under cover, patiently waiting there unseen. In the winter there is green.
From Painted Turtle in All Creation Waits by Gail Boss. One day in the fall, as water and air cooled at some precise temperature, an ancient bell sounded in the turtle brain. A signal. Take a deep breath. Each creature slipped off her log and swam for the warmer muck bottom. Stroking her way through the woven walls of plant stems, she found her bottom place. She closed her eyes and dug into the mud. She buried herself. And then, pulled into her shell, encased in darkness, she settled into a deep stillness. Her heart slowed, almost stopping. Her body temperature dropped and stopped just short of freezing. Now, beneath a layer of mud, beneath the weight of frigid water and its skin of ice and skim of snow, everything in her has gone so still, she doesn't need to breathe. And anyway, the ice over pond will soon be empty of oxygen. Sunk in its bottom mud for 6 months, she will not draw air into her lungs to survive a cold that would kill her or slow her so that predators would kill her. So she slows herself beyond breath in a place where breath is not possible and waits. As ice locks in the marsh water and howling squalls batter its reeds and brush, beneath it all she waits. It is her one work, and it is not easy. Oxygen depletion stresses every particle in her. Lactic acid pools in her bloodstream. Her muscles begin to burn. Her heart muscle, too, a deadly sign. That acid has to be neutralized, and calcium is the element to do it. Out of her bones, then out of her shell, her body pulls calcium, slowly dissolving her structure, her shape, her strength. But to move, to escape, requiring breath in a place where there is no oxygen, that would suffocate her. So, though she is dissolving, every stressed particle of her stays focused on the silver bead of utter quietude. It's this radical simplicity that will save her. And deep within it, at the heart of her stillness, something she has no need to name, but something we might call trust. That one day, yes, the world will warm again. And with it, her life.
Death may rise its voice today, oh, but life will have its say, speaking in lovers and in children, in poets' pens and philosophers' visions. Life is a planet's daring dream, excuse me, spoken in green. So keep it in your winter store, hang its garland round the door, grant to your heart its hopeful promise, fashion a wreath for its blessing upon us. Winter brings browns and grays indeed, but when it comes, remember green.
And I will offer one more prayer for us on this, the shortest day of the year, and then we'll have one more little bit of music. So this is an American Muslim solstice prayer by Rachel Harold Bellizzi from the book An American Muslim Guide to the Art and Life of Preaching by Sohaib Sultan with Martin Wynn. Ya Allah, Today is the winter solstice, the shortest day of the year, the longest night of the year. Today, of all days, the order you establish in the cosmos stands plain before our eyes. On this, the shortest day, we ask you, fill our brief days with work that is pleasing to you. Help us feel the weight of our responsibility as your vice regents on earth. And let us spend these hours caring for all your creation. Send us hurrying after good deeds like squirrels after nuts, so we have no time left for wickedness and folly. On this, the longest night, we ask you, draw us close to you in prayer and reassure us of your listening presence. Help us to take an honest inward look to assess our character and to amend it. Make the long, still night the hour of our recommitment to you. O you who cause daylight and darkness to ebb and flow around us, in the brevity of winter days, teach us to be diligent in your service. In the clarity of winter nights, teach us the meaning of certainty. Amen.
There is a love holding us. There is a love holding all that we love. There is a love holding all. We rest in this love. And again, there is a love holding us. There is a love holding all that we love. There is a love holding all. We rest in this love.
So whatever of the many things you are celebrating in this season, I wish you joy and peace and love. Let us go in peace and go in love.